Now we head to Oyo State capital, Ibadan, where family and close associates of late matriarch Mrs. Margaret Egbeyemi say their goodbyes.
As she passed on at the ripe age of 95, high-profile personalities and government personnel attended a series of events in her honor, which began with a Christian wake and ended with a grand reception. Take a look.
Eminent personalities from home and abroad joined family and friends to bid farewell the late matriarch of the Egbeyemi family in a series of ceremonies held to honor the proud legacy, life and times of Margaret Egbeyemi, who passed on at the age of 95. The ceremonies begin with a well-attended wakekeep held in her honor. Vibrant images of the late matriarch light up the walkway leading to the intimately decorated venue of the wake. Her energetic persona is hard to miss as each person steps in to celebrate what has now only become memories of her life here on earth. Dressed in matching ensembles known as the Ashwebi, the hall is a sea of white and blue colors. As they take their seats, they are swept into the essence of the day with music from the resident choristers. Still in the spirit of remembrance, more hymns are rendered with high-profile personalities, captains of industries, technocrats, royal fathers, including the Shoun of Ogbomoso, and other well-wishers among those gracefully seated. Then follows Bible readings.
A time to reign and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboureth?
And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and the death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire.
He gives us victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, stand firm. Let nothing move you. Always give yourselves fully to the work of the Lord, because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain. This is the word of the Lord.
The son of the late matriarch, Mr. Egbeyemi, gives a heartwarming tribute in honor of the woman known to him by many names, and the most important being Mummy.
I never had my mom abuse somebody, speak evil or ill of anybody. Even times when people wronged her, my mother would say, "Ma won't tere, shafisile." My mother never cursed anybody. All my mother ever always did was pray. She would pray for everybody all the time.
Mama Egbeyemi, as she was fondly called, was a devout Christian whose works and commitment to her faith shone through all she did during her earthly sojourn. This was evident during the Christian wake put together in her honor by her home church, St. Anne's Anglican Church, Molete, Ibadan. The atmosphere is solemn as more tributes from her family and friends pour in.
Mommy was very strict, yet very soft. Other people's children, she trained so many people, so many. A house help cannot pass through mommy's house without getting trained, for one thing or the other, whether they are tailors or whatever. They have to go and train. They don't just stay at home to be working. I'm the one that will be working at home.
The night served as an avenue to reflect on the good times that most had the privilege of sharing with Mama Egbeyemi. All listened attentively as family and close associates shared their grief and memories of the dearly departed.
Something happened in Union Bank one day like that. I used to work on the desk. We were four, and a fraud happened on that desk. And we were working on the Monday morning, and we just saw policemen came into the banquet hall, and they said they were there to pick up all the people working on the table. Four of us. The moment Mommy saw the policemen, Mommy left her desk and came to challenge them. And Mommy said, "If you are taking everybody away from this hall, you cannot take this boy."
She had a way of making everyone feel special, like they mattered. Her actions have spoken volumes in the corridors of heaven.
Granny lived a full-fledged life. 95 is no small joke, and she lived it well.
But what we are saying is that we really don't want good people to go. If Mama was a bad mother, we would have wished her dead long before now.
After the sermon by the officiating minister, the night of tributes ends on a solemn note.
I want to thank God for the type of life that she lived. She was able to bring us up in a godly way. She's always there for us in times of need. She made sure that we are all successful in everything that we are doing. Surely we shall miss her.
She was a mother to everybody that came across her. Very, very nice woman. She took care of everybody. She would sacrifice everything for other people. My mom was always full of prayers for people. She never abused. She never cursed anybody. She was a woman that was filled with love.
Mama is not a mother-in-law. She's a mother and mom. Beautiful in and out. Her hospitality is top-notch. We all miss her.
Bright and early the next day, the church service in honor of the late matriarch commenced at the St. Anne's Church, Molete, Ibadan, where Mama Egbeyemi worshipped, served, and impacted lives. Family, friends, and high-profile guests arrive in their bespoke traditional ensembles, predominantly in white and champagne shades, to honor what the day signifies. Pallbearers stand dutifully by the coffin, swaying to the ground of the horns and drums played in the background. The sound ushered in the footsteps of guests into the church premises. Amidst the solemn recitation of the hymn, her remains are wheeled into the church by the pallbearers as the children of the departed walk closely behind. High-profile personalities, including the Governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, His Royal Highness the Shoun of Ogbomoso, Secretary to the State Government, Mr. Tokunbo Talabi, Chairman of Oodua Investment Company Limited, Otumba Bimbo Ashiru, Nigerian business mogul Sir Oluokeowo, amongst many other notable personalities, are present. The Lord Bishop of Ibadan Anglican Diocese, Most Reverend Joseph Akifenwa, takes to the podium to share the sermon in honor of the day, reminding all that life is fickle and humans must live with a constant reminder that it all ends one day, and in the end, each would be made to give account of their earthly sojourn.
People of God, once again, nothing lasts forever. However long we may live, we shall depart one day. It is good to live long. Mama Egbeyemi lived to be 95 years. But again, it is better to live and leave a legacy.
The Governor of Ogun State, Mr. Dapo Abiodun, pays glowing tributes to the late matriarch, known as a mother to many.
When God grants you the grace to live that old, and to have your offspring gather around your table. Mama was particularly a woman who loved God. She was God-loving. She was God-serving.
The family is joined by other congregants for the Thanksgiving rites. They sing and dance in harmony at the altar. remains of the late matriarch, Mrs. Margaret Egbeyemi, are then moved to the church cemetery within the premises for an interment. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes, the children and grandchildren of the matriarch say their goodbyes. One after the other, guests arrive at the grand reception where they're ushered into an atmosphere of good music, assorted meals and drinks. Although her sojourn on earth has come to an end, Mama Egbeyemi's memories would certainly not be forgotten, as her legacy lives on in the hearts of those she left behind.